This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
You are looking live at a sold-out Ferris Stadium, and when I say sold out, we mean it. We heard from the Northside School District this week that there's not a ticket to be had. It's the backyard brawl. O'Connor and Brandeis back at it again in this rivalry, this time to kick off the season. Good evening, everybody. I'm Don Harris along with my broadcast partner, Chuck Mikatinik, and welcome in to our 13th season of Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry. And let's talk about this rivalry. It's usually in November. It's usually to decide a district championship, but not anymore. Brandeis has moved over into the district with the Northeast schools, so that means they can start the season much like Churchill and Clark did with the Gucci Bowl, a hot rivalry, but with no district implications on the line. And I tell you what, Chuck, you can't tell that it doesn't mean anything with the group that's here tonight.
Don, very good point. I mean, we're talking about two schools, both in the shadow of this wonderfully built stadium here at Ferris. And, you know, these kids are old enough to remember what this district rivalry was like. And as Charles Bruce told us this week, the head coach for Brandeis, this is like watching Thanksgiving football all day, and then you go out in the backyard for a couple of hours and play your cousins. Yeah, it's non-district, but nobody knows that on either side. It's going to be on tonight here in the opener.
That's right. We take a look at what happened last year. Now, these two teams did not play last year because of COVID and because of Brandeis' switch over to 28-6A. They went 6-3. O'Connor with a very rare down year, 4-4 in district, and didn't make the playoffs. But the Panthers are young, but they've got some really talented people, and that starts with their recruit. He's a wide receiver tight end, but John Locke has moved to quarterback, and Chuck, David Molesky telling us it's not all that new to him.
No, it's not. He was the backup last year, and of course, he's such a talented guy, and really, at the bottom of this, you're talking about a really good, savvy football player. So he's going to play some quarterback tonight. We might see him outside too, but O'Connor is changing their offense up this year, Don. A lot of changes coming, and we'll discuss that as the night goes on. Yeah,
and Locke is very familiar with his opponent tonight, Aiden Anesta Rodriguez. Big things come in small packages. Only 5'6". He's a 4-year starter. First team district last year, both ways.
Don, I asked Aiden before the game, I said, young man, I'm really looking forward to watching you play football tonight. And he said, sir, I'm looking forward to letting you watch me play football tonight. I mean, he's very mature. He likes the defensive side of the ball most. He says he does the offense for fun, but this kid is legit 4'4" in his speed. And when he comes to you on defense, it's usually with bad intentions.
Yeah, and not just offense, not just defense, but special teams as well. He was also an outstanding special teams player a year ago. I'm fired up, a new season. O'Connor and Brandeis. When we come back, it's our Thomas J. Henry Keys to the Game. Don't go anywhere. We got high school football at Ferris Stadium. More on the way after this.
You're watching Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
Welcome back to the 13th season of Thursday Night Lights. O'Connor and Brandeis here at Ferris Stadium tonight. And right now it's time for our Thomas J. Henry Keys to the Game. And Chuck, let's start off with David Molesky and the O'Connor Panthers.
Well, they would really like to start the night with a couple of big plays to kind of loosen up that Brandeis defense, but they've got to not have any turnovers. They'd also like to get a few themselves if they could. And then I know it's opening night. You never want to have penalties, but you got to be as clean as possible when you're playing such a quality opponent like Brandeis.
Coach Charles Bruce built a powerhouse over at Wagner High School, and now he's over at Brandeis. We'll hear from him in a second, but first let's hear from Coach Molesky.
It's about helping prepare our football team to get ready for the district race, because our ultimate goal is to get in the playoffs. And you know, we scrimmaged Smithson Valley last week, and then we're fixing to play Brandeis, and the next week we're going to play Johnson. And those are three of the best programs in the city, in the greater San Antonio area, and that's going to help us become a better football team.
I was talking about the Brandeis Broncos. What are their keys, Chuck?
Well, they got to limit the big plays. I mean, obviously that's going to go a long way tonight if they're able to secure this victory. But just like O'Connor, they want to win this turnover battle. And then You know, especially early on, Don, you would think that special teams would be behind the offenses and the defenses. So you got a good special teams going, you got a really good chance of winning some ball games.
Here's Coach Charles Bruce.
Well, it's great having a playoff atmosphere the first game. You know, it's great to have, and number one, it's great to have people in the stands. You know, it's great to have football back. It's great to have a full stadium, and it's great to have a rivalry game to open it up.
Yes, it is. The Panthers and Broncos running onto the field. When we come back, our national anthem, and we'll kick it off on Thursday Night Lights. Welcome back to Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry O'Connor. And Brandeis getting ready to kick it off. Chuck, this game has had so much hype building up to the start of the season. But I tell you, my first observation is it is great to see fans back in the stands, and what a way to start it with this one. I mean, this place is packed.
I mean, you're not kidding. And the thing, Don, I like about both of these coaches, Charles Bruce and David Molesky, I asked both guys, you know, wouldn't you like to kind of ease into the season with a cream puff, you know, maybe play a 2A score or something? Both guys looked me right in the eye and said, are you kidding? This is exactly where we're supposed to be. Neither one of these guys is going to back down from a challenge.
All right, let's turn it over to our public address announcer, Lou Kaluza, as we get ready for the national anthem.
Now entering the field is the color guard from Brandeis, Texas, 20,083rd Air Force Junior ROTC. Commanding and carrying the American flag, Cadet Captain Megan Chung. Carrying the Texas flag, Cadet Second Lieutenant Andrea Aymar. The American Guard, Cadet Captain Natalie Munoz. The Texas Guard, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ava Castro. At this time, we ask everyone to please rise and remove your hats to honor America and the men and women serving in our armed forces around the world. Our national anthem this evening will be played by the Brandeis Bronco High School Marching Band under the direction of Daniel Asgari.
Welcome back to Ferris Stadium. We are closing in on kickoff of the start of Thursday Night Lights. O'Connor and Brandeis. Time right now to send it down to the field and see Zach Hedrick back with us this year on the sidelines. There are rumors that Zach's going to be in the mosh pit or crowd surf tonight. Nobody has more fun on TNL than Zach Hedrick. Zach, good to see you again, brother.
Don and Chuck, good to be back with y'all for a third season. And we had a little rain earlier this afternoon. It's nice and cool, great football weather, but you guys talked about it. It's a sellout tonight, and the crowds are off the charts already. I was getting goosebumps just listening to all the cheers as the teams were getting ready. Take a look around the stadium. It is packed in here tonight. The student sections have already been at it, so can't wait to see this one kick off, guys.
All right, there's Charles Bruce. He, of course, built a great program over at Wagner. His first year at Brandeis. In fact, his first month, basically, at Brandeis. This happened quickly as Aiden Nanez gets ready to kick it off. And Aiden Ernesto Rodriguez, who we talked so much about in the pregame, is wearing number 1. He will be back to receive along with Christopher Rodriguez. They call him Luda. And we're about ready to get this underway. The Broncos will receive it. Clark Ulrich also back deep. And it is time for our Rhino Roofers TNL kickoff. This, the first of the season. Here we go. That'll be taken at the 1 by Ulrich. And a lot of Panthers right there to get him at the 16-yard line. And that's where the Broncos will set up shop first. Charles Bruce getting his crew ready. And you are going to see Nico Garcia for the first time tonight. He's a returning quarterback, played last year as a junior. Back through for 7 touchdowns, ran for 5 more. Luda Rodriguez in the backfield with him. And we'll see a lot of Albert Moreno as well. And it's handed off right up the middle, gain of about 3 as Luda Rodriguez goes off tackle. Connor Martinez there to bring him down. It'll be 2nd down and about 8. So we take a look at our Brandeis starting lineup. Nico Garcia has some big guys up front. Mateo Montoya, the right tackle, is a returner. He's a team captain. Keep your eye out for J.C. Evans, too. He'll play tonight at quarterback as that one goes right up the middle. Ball's out. It's still loose. It's still loose.
We got a rugby scrum to start this biggin. Brandeis is going to retain possession somehow.
I tell you what, that was a slippery football right there. They gained yards as well. They need a first down.
Yeah. Well, this thing was loose, as you said. I mean, for quite a while. The initial play there, 17 coming in like a load of thunder. Matt Garza, the initial contact knocking the ball free, and then you got all kinds of stuff going on in the bottom of those scrums.
It's a South Texas Votech first down for the Broncos. Garcia brings a man in motion, tosses it to Julian Izagari. He finds the corner, gets all the way down past the 40 to about the 43-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds. Nice little play there. Ashton Capitano making the tackle, and he will make a lot of those tonight. Number 22 will be all over the football for the O'Connor Panthers.
Yeah, that's a young man that was an all-district linebacker last year. They moved back into the secondary this season, but man, what a block to spring that run by Christopher Rodriguez, number 30 for the Broncos. That's a big play thanks to him out there stoning on the outside.
Well, man in motion. Rodriguez goes up the middle, carrying the football this time. He's got another South Texas Votech first down. As we take a look at the O'Connor defense to get you started. And Chuck, you talked about it. Also Isaac Dadsey, the defensive lineman, another one of those returners who is just all over the charts as far as the honors go. But Capitano back there at linebacker DB, number 22, will make a lot of plays as well. First and 10, they hand it back. It's a fake. And O'Connor's got that one snuffed out. Capitano right there to make the tackle, as Nico did a good job of hiding the football on the fake. Faked me out, but not the Panther defense.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting night for O'Connor because we see a lot of running early here by Brandeis. And, you know, this defense has kind of gotten to see a lot of these types of plays on offense from O'Connor during the offseason as they change up their offense. So they're hanging in there pretty well. I mean, blew an opportunity to get the turnover there early, but hanging in there on some of these runs.
2nd down and 9. Garcia back to pass. He's pressured. Ball goes backwards. It's a loose fumble. Brock Pittman right on it. It's a fumble. It's recovered by the Panthers at the 15-yard line. What a play. Bryson Smith back there kind of looked like he was trying to pass the football, but his arm never went forward. Ball went backwards, and Smith was all over it.
Yeah, just a great play. I mean, when you come free like Bryson Smith did, you got to make a big play. I mean, don't just worry about the tackle. Try to see if you can strip the ball too. And Bryson Smith staying in the moment and coming up with a huge play for the O'Connor Panthers early in this football game.
Big turnover early, and so now we get to see Big John Locke. If you've watched TNL over the last couple of years, we have called his name for many touchdowns as a wide receiver. Committed to Colorado State, 6'5", 205, is going to play some tight end and wide out at Colorado State when he puts on some more weight. But right now, he's a starting quarterback for this Panther team. And we'll see Garon Andrade as well. 2 quarterbacks here tonight. But Locke is there. Hand it off. And Miles Bussinet is drilled after a gain of about 2 by, guess who? Aiden Ernesto Rodriguez.
And I'll tell you what, I really like watching this cat play ball. And, you know, he really lit it up at some of these camps. Again, it's his speed and his football savvy that, you know, you just really love to watch. There's a lot of football guy in that guy.
Sure enough, he is all over the place as they come up for the snap in the Central Med red zone. 2nd down and 8 for Locke. Kind of rides it, keeps it himself, tries to go up the middle. He's met by a gang of Broncos after a gain of about 2. Preston Clark, the first one there.
Don, we're seeing an interesting evolution here at O'Connor High School. I mean, this is Coach Molesky's 11th season, and the guy, you know his resume as well as anybody. I mean, you know, perennial playoff team, make deep playoff runs, and they made a huge value assessment this offseason that they had to change things up. Their roster's not as deep or as long as it used to be, and they decided they were going to do a lot of wing T stuff for the first time. So this is going to be an evolution, and it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out in the end.
Locke had a hard time with the handle. 3rd down, and he is wiped out. Braden Zingelman. Just the timing after the mishandling of the football allowed Zingelman to get out there. And we'll see if the Panthers want to try for 3 here, or if they're going to go for it. They're going to line it up for about a 30-yarder. Aiden Nanez will be the kicker. And he's on the right hash. He lines it up. Kick is up, and it is no good. Wide to the right, and so the Broncos defense holds. They dodge a bullet. Brandeis has the ball back when we come back on Thursday Night Lights. We're back at Ferris Stadium. Time for our Air Today heating and air conditioning game time weather. It's 92 degrees, partly cloudy. That breeze makes it bearable. I'll tell you what, 5 o'clock out here, it was brutal. But the cloud cover, not too bad right now.
Oh, yeah, you know it was going to be good no matter how we were playing this thing out weather-wise. I mean, 2 great storied programs, 2 rivals, cousins versus cousins, opening night. CW35, where else would you rather be?
1st and 10 for the Broncos. Garcia slings it out, incomplete. Wanted is a Gary, not close. Set up 2nd down, and Chuck, being the first game of the season, Coach Molesky was very honest. He's like, we know the magnitude of this rivalry, But this is almost like a scrimmage with fans because it counts nothing for either one of us in the grand scheme of things about where we want to be at the end of the year. Hard to tell the kids that with this kind of energy in the building right now, but that's why it might be a little rough because there's both teams still trying to figure out what they've got. Second down. Garcia on the keeper. Nice gain of about 7. Takes it up near the 28 before Isaac Dodzi brings him down.
Yeah, it was a really good job by Nico that time. I mean, it really one nice cut, foot in the ground, and up the field he went. Look at how good this read is. Sizable gain on the play, sets up third and manageable.
Third down and about 4. Inside of 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. He sends Tyler Bovard wide left. Izagari at the bottom of your screen, and he's got Luda Rodriguez right behind him. Bruce wants a timeout. We talked this one over on third down, and we'll take it with them. It's 0-0 here at Ferris Stadium. The Broncos will reassess. It'll be third down when we come back.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Guild Mortgage.
Hey, Smile Cam is back. Thanks to Rhesus Dental and Braces. Lots of smiles tonight as everybody's happy to be back at it. Full house, big rivalry game, all the spirit groups here, the band's getting down with it.
Shoot, the band just got here. They got here just before kickoff. I ran into one of the band people on the way up on the elevator, and they said, yeah, we're hoping they can get here by kickoff. Traffic and getting into this place tonight because it's so jam-packed, a little different than the norm, especially on opening night. People just still trying to find their feet.
Saw the release from the district earlier this week. Leave early, parking's gonna be tough. And sure enough, it delivered. Third down and 4. They run Rodriguez right up the middle. He's close. Looks like he's short of the 30. And that's gonna bring up fourth down and less than a yard. Chris Mejia with the tackle.
It'll take long for Charles Bruce to make a decision.
And he's right there in the shadow of his own goalpost, so he's gonna run out the punt team. And Matthew Gibbons will punt it away as Nathan Graham is back standing at about his 32 to receive this punt.
And these O'Connor guys on defense, they've only got 3 guys that are back in their same spot from last year, but they're good.
They've got good penetration up the middle. We're gonna have I don't know if it's gonna be roughing, but it's gonna be running into. It's gonna be a first down for Brandeis no matter what, because it was only 4th and a yard. And our lead official, Brock Pittman, saw the contact, threw the flag immediately. And for the first time tonight, let's go down and hear from Brock.
On the defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
With Brock with plenty of college experience under his belt, he dials it back in his career, but let's see. Jeez, that's pretty close, right?
Yeah, no malice intended. That's why it's running into versus roughing, but you can't touch that foot when it's in the air no matter what. So, automatic call.
Kid tried to pull up.
It's also a Rhino Roofers first down. Check that. South Texas Votech first down. So another set of downs for Nico Garcia, Charles Bruce, and the Brandeis Broncos. First and 10 at the 35. He wants to throw it, goes deep, and just throws it to the middle of the field. Nobody there. Intended for Julian Izagari, but he didn't run a post. He ran a fly, and that one never had a chance.
And Nathan Graham was down in coverage, doing a nice job there. And Connor defensive line getting a decent push so far early in this football game.
Really impressed with Dodzy, number 58. He looks the part, and so far he's been delivering. Second and 10. They hand to Izagari. Dodzy missed the tackle, but look at Capitano running down. Ashton Capitano looking like Micah Parsons.
Yeah, flash, man. You know, there's another guy that we got a chance to hear from this week, and again, the maturity level of some of these guys, they are all business and very good talking about their team and their teammates on camera.
Flag down here. We'll hear from Mr. Pittman.
Personal foul. Chop block on the offense. Number 52 and number 30. 15-yard penalty. Still second down.
And we have seen that chop block kill drives over the years, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh, they had two of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
All kinds of chopping on that block.
That'll back you up 15. That'll wreck a drive. It'll be second down and a country mile from the 20. They got to get to the 45 to get a first down. So second and 25 for Garcia. And now whistles blow. And we're going to have a timeout from David Molesky, and the defense will take it with them. We're scoreless with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter here on the Kickoff, TNL.
Hey San Antonio and TNL fans, it's TC time at Taco Cabana. Select TC breakfast tacos are 2 for $3, only during breakfast hours. Choose from bacon, egg, and cheese, potato, egg, and cheese, or eggs a la Mexicana. Add a coffee or a 20-ounce drink for just $1 more. Select lunch and dinner tacos are 2 for $4. Choose from chicken fajita, shredded chicken, or ground beef. Add a 20-ounce drink for just $1 more. Stop by any Taco Cabana and enjoy TC time today, or have them delivered using the new Taco Cabana app.
All right, second down and 25. Nico will keep it himself right up the middle. He stopped after about 5. That'll bring up third down and 20. Jacob Morales on the stop. Heard from both coaches tonight that we'll see multiple quarterbacks. So far, they've stayed with Nico on the Brandeis side and John Locke on the O'Connor side.
Yeah, talked to Charles before the game, and he said, man, this is a really, trust me, a really good problem to have. You got a sophomore that they really like, and you got Nico, who played a lot of football last year.
Nico's got two guys split to his left-hand side. He looks that way. Now he wants to go deep. Throws it over the middle. It's caught short of the first down, down to about the 40-yard line with the forward progress to Tyler Bovard. They're going to spot it all the way up at the 41-yard line, and it'll be 4th and 4. But a really good chance now to flip the field after a nice pickup. Now they can get a decent punt from Matt Gibbons. They'll be able to at least play O'Connor on that other side of the field.
Yeah, and a really good job by Nico Garcia on that time, man. He really stepped up and drove the football into his receiver. Great throw on that play.
High kick. Fair catch called for and made at the 23. We'll be back in 15 seconds.
Being a teen ambassador gives me a push to be a better leader of my community, and it makes me happy to be of service to someone.
All right, so David Molesky's crew now has it. Ball at their own 24-yard line for John Locke and company. Locke just towers over his teammates at 6'5". He's got Seth Galindo and Aaron Olivas over there on the right-hand side. Hands it to Olivas. Plays some running back and receiver. Played a lot last year as a sophomore. He's just a junior.
Yeah, and Molesky was telling us too, Don, that he said, well, who's going to carry the ball tonight? He goes, I got about 14 guys. He really likes the stable of ball carriers that he's got in this offense. Hence, that was one of the reasons why he changed up his offense. So it's not going to be, you know, the type of offense that you saw back in the early 80s. I mean, there's going to be a lot of nuances to it, but again, still pretty cool. Old dog learning some new tricks. Coach Molesky doing it over to O'Connor High School.
Locke wants to throw it on a roll, fires, and it's short hops, I believe. Maybe they're going to call it a catch. They're going to call it a catch. Thomas Laurent
some staples in this O'Connor offense that they've been running since Coach Molesky got to the school 11 years ago. Locke rolling to his right. Outstanding job of heaving it off his back foot, and then outstanding play there by Thomas to get his hands underneath the football and secure the reception.
Sure enough, had his hands on the ground and was able to keep it below the ball. All right, so a first down. South Texas Votech first down for John Locke. Coming off the edge, he gets rid of it in time to all of us, but he's not going anywhere because Wiley Hamilton, a second-team All-District performer, was there. And now we've got a whistle, and it may be all for naught.
I think that Brandeis jumped. He had a free shot.
Yeah.
It sure looked like.
He came off the edge maybe a little bit earlier than allowed.
Personal foul. Chop block on the offense. Number 85, number 68. 15-yard penalty.
Here we are, Don. We're early on in the season, and I'm already 0 for 1 and trying to read the call.
That's okay. I still got PTSD from when you said he's going to have 14 ball carriers. That just is not good for a play-by-play guy on week 1.
I got you.
Huh?
Okay, so we got some chop blocking going on early.
Seth Galindo now in there. He's got the football, and he's got a nice gain. Breaks the tackle, spins. Short of the 35. Chris Bryson, the linebacker, there to make the tackle. So it'll still be quite a ways to go for a first down.
We've got a lot of family ties in these games. Galindo goes back to the O'Connor days for many years. And then that's weird on the Brandeis defense, Don. There are 3 sets of twins. So you think you got your hands full over there with the 14 ball carriers. Good luck trying to tell these guys apart.
And big number 75 on the offensive line, the left guard, as Locke rolls, sets. Now he's running backwards. Nice little screen setup, but Brandeis had it snuffed out as Gavin Chapa pushes him out of bounds. If 75, that number looks familiar, because Briley Brown, just a sophomore at 275, has 3 older brothers that were all 275-pound sophomores that ended up being 300 pounds. They played at UTSA, Texas Tech is the one closest to him is at TCU. They were all big-time recruits. And I remember, Chuck, on TNL years ago, when that kid that's now the right guard was sitting right in front of us, and he was like a 6th grader, and he was about 6 foot 220. They fired to the near side, caught from Gavin Chapa, and it's going to be short. It'll be 4th down and 10 as Nolan Rodriguez makes the tackle. So the Browns still turning out offensive linemen over at O'Connor.
Indeed they are.
And for a couple more years, just a sophomore.
Yeah, and Molesky was saying young sophomore too, so they've obviously done a good job coaching him up at O'Connor as well.
He'll be 300 by the time it's all over.
No question.
Juan Martinez back to receive this punt. Got it off, it's a little wobbler, it's gonna bounce at the 30. Takes an O'Connor roll inside the 25. And let's go back to 2015. Great rivalry this is. Pass over the middle. Sean Mellish has it. Sean Mellish to the 40. He's got speed. Look at him break a tackle. He's going to go score. Sean Mellish is going to take it to the house. Sean Mellish, 92 yards. Touchdown, Brandeis. So you know what jumps off the screen to me, Chuck? Guess.
The fact that that kid's probably a lawyer somewhere now.
The fact that they were wearing blue helmets.
Well, of course, the uniform's always going to make an appearance in the first quarter.
Here's J.C. Evans, the sophomore that we talked about at quarterback. He turns and hands it off up the middle. And we've got a new set of ball carriers as well in there for Brandeis. Joseph Coleman on the tackle, on the carry.
All right, Don, I got a confession to make. I saw J.C. Evans on the field before the game putting his uniform on, and I said to one of the coaches, I said, man, they didn't make him like that when I was a kid. He never once let me know that kid was a sophomore.
6'4", sophomore, fires a drop. Had Izagiri. Good ball. Good coverage, though. Chris Mejia there to break it up.
Yeah, nice quick hair trigger release.
I'm telling you, the sophomore looks like he's got...
Coming in and commanding the huddle right away, right?
Yeah. He's also got Joseph Coleman in as the ball carrier. He's also just a junior, 5'10", 170. Well, the coach is just seeing what they've got. First game of the season, 3rd down, and about 8. They're gonna roll out Evans. He's got pressure, fires again, and that's a dart. Caught for a first down at the 45. Clark Ulrich, but what a throw.
Yeah, not to overstate things on a throw, but mercy. I mean, look at him roll, look at the strength, and then drops a dime throwing off his back foot, and that was a P. On target, on time, and welcome to TNL, J.C. Evans.
It was Izagiri on the catch, and that's the end of the first quarter. So some excitement here as we ramp it up. No scoring yet, but a good football game out here at Ferris to kick off the stadium. We're back in the second quarter right after this. Welcome back. Start of the second quarter, a scoreless first quarter so far, but some good football. These two teams feel each other out. Switch ends of the field, but a commanding presence from the sophomore J.C. Evans in at quarterback. Joseph Coleman, his running back. He sends out to the left-hand side of Tyler Bovard and Julian Izagiri. It'll be a 1st down and 10 for Evans. Straight drop, fires, it's caught. Clark Ulrich with a nice little gain of about 8. Good 1st down game as Capitano was there. Kyle Gill also in on the tackle. And Chuck, you're seeing a different pace, different tempo, a lot of confidence now that Evans is playing quarterback.
Yeah, a little bit of a rhythm going here as we look at our first quarter stats. Roughly even, well-played game. Both defenses doing the job right now, and pretty competitive ball game as we expected here, even though it's opening night. Good to see.
Pretty clean. We've had a couple of chop blocks, but usually opening night we see a lot of false starts and offsides, and these two teams well coached. Here's Evans up the middle to Coleman. Coleman's got a pocket. Big time gain. All the way down to the 31-yard line before Nathan Graham was able to bring him down. And again, this second unit, we're seeing a lot of confidence by the two kids who've come in at the skill positions at quarterback and running back.
Yeah, I think like anything else, Don, you get some complimentary football going. You come out and you prove you can throw the football downfield a little bit, then all of a sudden everything opens up. I mean, you just run a little dive, and next thing you know, you're moving the sticks. So the Broncos are bouncing right now.
It's a Cowboys AC 1st down as Evans takes a snap, goes back to Coleman. This time he stopped after about a 3-yard, maybe 2.5-yard gain. Yeah, let's good pursuit. Bryson Smith there with the tackle.
Let's give credit where credit's due. Seikow and Culver, center and right guard, just moving mountains right now on the inside, and there's some pretty cavernous holes in which to run through.
Bring up 2nd down, and we'll call it 8.
I want to tell you, 77 on the outside is a man.
Rafe Clendenin in to block another dart. Completed to Izagiri. He's inside the 20, inside the Central Med red zone.
Well, Izagiri was the 2nd-team All-District performer a season ago. Had a couple of touchdowns, and they're just giving him a lot of cushion down there, respecting his speed, and all the credit in the world to J.C. Evans, just taking what you're given.
Yeah, and the ball gets there in a hurry.
Yeah.
That's the big difference so far with this little passing attack here with Evans.
Yeah, it doesn't take him long to load. It's gone.
First down, Coleman, another nice gain, spun down to the 15-yard line. Capitano there to spin him out of it, but another good 5-yard gain on first down for the Broncos, who are moving it.
Yeah, 22. God, like a bolt of lightning, right? D Capitano. he's gonna come and hit you.
I like it. I think he's going to use that as his new nickname. He closes fast, boy.
He does. Now O'Connor's defense is backed up, and this has been quite a drive as Brandeis, the first team all night to crack the other team's 50.
Bovard to the bottom of your screen, Izagiri to the top. Instead, they hand to Coleman. He finds a hole and does another good job of kind of finding his way through the traffic for about a 4-yard gain.
And Brandeis as well is going to do a little running back shuffling. They're going to go by committee as well. We're seeing a little bit of everything, but obviously having a lot of success on this drive, both passing it and running it.
Third down and about 2.5. Big play here on this drive as they're hoping to score here. Evans fires to Izagiri. Can he get the stick? He's got the stick and more. He's got a touchdown. Brandeis on the board first. Julian Izagiri from J.C. Evans.
JC's first career touchdown pass. Brandeis going to spread them out, see what they could do in space, and man, they're jacked on that sideline, as they should be. It's an impressive drive. I don't think the ball touched the ground. Outstanding job by JC, flipping it outside, and Izagiri doing the rest.
And I tell you what else, Chuck, a nice job of play calling. The way they mix things up between the run and the pass, inside and outside, just kind of had O'Connor's defense on their heels the entire drive.
Yeah, Tyler Ballard also doing a really good job
Second
outside.
charge time out of the half.
We're going to take a timeout, though, for the extra point to get everything settled, and we'll take it with them as Charles Bruce talks it over with Brock Pittman. It's 6-0. Broncos trying to add one more when we come back. Welcome back. Julian Izagiri with the touchdown. 11 yards as they try to add the extra point. Christian Nahara with the kick, and it is good. It is 7-0. Brandeis on the board first. Once again, we're thrilled to shine the light on area teams that are making a difference in our communities with the Beyond the Game program. Let's hear more about this initiative from San Antonio Sports' Russ Bookbinder and Valero.
Our high school coaches and middle school coaches work hard every day to teach our athletes great values, learn from the game, so they can get better at what they do on the field and off the field. Beyond the Game is a program that really recognizes high school and middle school teams for doing those things, getting out in their community and reflecting the values that their coaches are teaching them.
At Valero, we treat every day like game day, and this is a unique opportunity for Valero to support a program that showcases student athletes off the field who are building a foundation of these values: integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service, so deeply rooted in Valero's culture and critical to success in life.
Sinclair Broadcasting Company, San Antonio Sports, and Valero are going to recognize teams on TV on CW35's Thursday Night Lights games, WOAI News 4 San Antonio, and Fox 29's morning shows and weekend sports shows, and on social media.
For over 40 years, Valero has given back to improve the quality of life in the communities where we live and work. Our employees have a passion for helping to build better communities and regularly share their time and talents. It's inspiring to see so many teams selflessly serving others, and we are proud to partner with Beyond the Game to recognize these outstanding students.
Having Valero as a teammate for Beyond the Game will help this program continue to positively impact more teams, coaches, and families. Nominate your team today by going to sanantoniosports.org.
We love the Beyond the Game initiative. We love the passion behind it. Russ Bookbinder's father-in-law, the legendary Grant Taft, kind of started that whole movement. Stan Lang has embraced it as good as anybody. here at Northside, and it's really spread around the entire community. We saw Ron Ritterman with his peanut butter bowl this week. Just so many good things happening with our kids, from sports, from middle schools down to, high schools down to middle schools, down to elementaries, kids working in the community. It's really awesome. Here's the kickoff. There's a seam across the 30 all the way down to the 34-yard line is Nathan Graham.
So a big play on special teams for O'Connor as they try to counter the Brandeis touchdown and try to square this football game. But you're right, Down. The Beyond the Game initiative, it's fascinating to see what can be done when you try to accomplish things based on love, right?
Yeah, amen.
Base it on love, and all of a sudden all this good stuff starts happening. It's great. No animosity, just go out and try to do some good things, and all of a sudden it catches like wildfire. It's fantastic.
We both have been moved over the years by just the kindness of these teams of, a prom for special needs kids, or allowing kids to run through the breakthrough, or going down to the elementary school to read the kids. It's really awesome.
Yeah, values they can take with them the rest of their life, which is more important.
Locke's going to keep it right up the middle himself. He took a shot right at the 40-yard line. Nolan Rodriguez, Wiley Hamilton there on the tackle.
Yeah, Juan Martinez laying a lick too and letting them know. Gotta like it. Backyard brawl. And what was Coach Bruce calling it? The Crush Bowl? I kind of like that.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, speaking of Beyond the Game, do you remember, I think it was this team, it was Molesky's really good team about 4 or 5 years ago that really struck me when there was a kid that nobody came to his birthday party. So the football team threw a birthday party for the kids. They didn't even know the kid as they throw it out here to the Miles Bussinet with a nice game. I remember we covered that story at a restaurant, and it was player-led, and they showed up. They had heard about the story on social media about how nobody showed up for the kid's birthday. They didn't know the kid, but he was a big fan of the football team. He was like a freshman, and the whole team turned out and threw him a birthday party, brought a cake and everything. It just made the kid's day. It just shows you what's happening in our schools.
And Preston Clark showing you what kind of football player he is on that last tackle. 6'2" and all of 175.
Locke's rolling, he's got pressure. That's gonna be picked off. Interception, Richard Davis. Locke had somebody in his face. I believe it was C.J. King, and that caused the ball to flutter, and Davis was there to pick it off.
Well, Charles Bruce's staff is really junking it up on the defense, and you're absolutely right. 28, C.J. King came shot out of a cannon free, got his hands up, made Locke have to throw it a little before he had to, and Brandeis is back in biz on offense.
And they will run out J.C. Evans again at quarterback, Coleman again at running back. These two successful on that first scoring drive. They'll have it at midfield. 6:39 to play here in the first half.
Davis doing a good job too. I mean, he read that all the way. Obviously, it'd be a little daunting. You're back there and you see the ball thrown right to you, and
timeout.
Made the play anyway.
Connor.
David Molesky will take a timeout. We'll take a timeout. It's 7-0 Brandeis here in the second quarter. All right, welcome back. First down and 10. J.C. Evans at the helm for the Broncos. They lead at 7-0. Izagari in motion. They flip it to him. Izagari for a seam. Gets the corner. He's got the 40, 35, and he can't stay in bounds. Goes right out at the 32-yard line, but a nice gain, a nice play. Jimmy Salas finally moved it out of bounds.
Well, you can see right away Charles Bruce is going to go to the donkeys that he can ride. I mean, and Izagari, every time he touches the ball, something good is happening. And it's left, right, up the middle, throws, whatever. Brandeis has really found something here on these last two drives.
If he had one more step, he could have stayed in bounds, but just couldn't keep his balance there. Two wide receivers to the right-hand side and the left. Aiden Ernesto Rodriguez is in on offense. He comes in motion, and something went wrong with there. They're going to have a procedure call.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
There was some confusion there. Young sophomore quarterback. He's talking to Ernesto Rodriguez about it. Again, primarily a defensive player, but he's got so much talent, returns kicks. And instead, they'll bring him out and bring in the tight end, Alex Wyatt. He was all district last year. He's a big target. And now there's some confusion. And
Play
they're going to take it.
On the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That cost them a delay of game, so now they're going backwards. 2 penalties, false start, delay of game. That's what we're used to seeing on opening night. It hadn't happened till now, but that's par for the course in week 1.
Yeah, and again, I mean, you touched on this earlier. I mean, both of these teams are still working on some things. I asked Charles before the game, I mean, what do you think you have? He goes, I'll let you know after the ball game. I mean, that's kind of where we're at with both of these teams. You know, you're playing a quality opponent. It's a big game. Because it's the opener, it's the first one, but you're still trying to find yourself as well.
And off to Coleman. He's just followed his blockers all the way to the 30-yard line. Big gain before Capitano finally brought him down. I tell you what, I like Coleman.
Yeah, I do too, and I like Henry Culver up front. Man, these guys are moving some bodies on that Brandeis offensive line. And you're right, I like him too. He's got great vision and he glides. You know, he's not stopping and starting. He's going pretty much full speed and he's able to cut direction even while doing so.
Saw Wyatt's dad out in the parking lot before the game. He said, keep your eye on number 94. I said, I got him. He's a tight end and he did a great job blocking on that play. He's moving another guy here about 10 yards back, giving Coleman a chance to get another nice gain, but Alex Wyatt, big number 94, a wide load.
And you're not kidding. I mean, there's some physicality here in week 1 as we take a look at the player profile, courtesy of our good friends at Beluga Air on big Alex Wyatt, 6'3", 262 pounds, and
just a junior.
Yeah, looks a little thicker than 262, I'm here to tell you.
They'll go to Coleman. He follows Wyatt, but a nice penetration by the Panther defense, and that's Dadsey and Jacob Morales.
Yeah, both big fellas right there in this 3-3 box defense that O'Connor is presenting, at least on that play. These big guys are active. I mean, Morales, Dadsey, and Kyle Robinson, number 56.
4th and 1.
Talent too. Here we go.
You can hear the fans on their feet. Players wanted to go for it. Bruce says, let's do it. They're going to throw. Now he's going to run. Evans has the 20. Evans is going to score. Touchdown, Brandeis.
Man, this kid is something else. Poised, wanted to throw it, looked downfield, didn't see anybody available, and then he's got to scramble backside to make something happen. Pump, then, got a nice little kick out there from 52, and then untouched into the end zone.
The kick is up, and it is good by Christian Naheda. And it's a 14-0 ball game. I don't want to overstate things, but this just kind of had a little resemblance of a guy who used to wear number 10 at the University of Texas. Just snap it to him, let him look, and if nothing develops, he takes off and nobody can get him.
Well, you certainly can't understate the fact that J.C. Evans, since he's coming to this ball game, I mean, you can certainly say that he's not afraid of the moment. I mean, he looks absolutely like he belongs, and I mean, it's been no doubt what he's meant to this offense since he's coming to the ball game.
The entire tempo, complexion of the offense for Brandeis changed when he came in. I think his only incompletion was a drop ball, but he's throwing darts, and They're doing a great job of calling plays around in little flips, little zone reads.
Kicking off for the Broncos.
Yeah, and the Brandeis fans are really loving it now.
Well, again, I mean, you talked about Vince. How about he's wearing number 11? Little Kellen Mond in him too?
Yeah. Matthew Gibbons gonna kick it off, and now we're gonna have a timeout. We're back in 15 seconds.
Being a teen ambassador gives me a push to be a better leader of my community, and it makes me happy to be of service to someone.
David Molesky pondering what he can do about this sophomore J.C. Evans and the Brandeis Broncos, who've taken a 14-0 lead here, 5 minutes to go in the first half. We heard from David before the game saying, you know, it's just week one. We don't know quite what we have. Same from Charles Bruce, figuring it out on the fly. Coaching hard. He said Chucky's coached this team a lot differently than he has in years past because of the youth and the fact that they're implementing some new things. The wing tee being one example of that. And so it's been a little culture change over Ed O'Connor compared to, you know, where they had been in years past.
Well, I mean, I think, you know, there's a lesson in that for all of us. I think, you know, again, talking about Coach Molesky's resume at O'Connor and all the wonderful things that he's already accomplished, you know, to self-evaluate and self-evaluate where your program is and what you have and do you need to make changes. And, you know, nobody would have faulted Coach Molesky after a sub-500 season last year to just kind of keep things the way they were. But, you know, that's just not who he is as a coach and as a man. So, you know, again, something we can all take away from
Nathan
that.
Graham's got it at the 10. He's trying to get outside. Good pursuit, and he's brought down at the 19-yard line. Good special teams coverage there. Aiden Barrera, one of the guys down there to make the tackle.
Yeah, early on in the season, and Brandeis on special teams doing a really good job staying in their lanes and covering their areas.
So O'Connor's got about 5 minutes here to get on the board before halftime, and now, for the first time tonight, we're going to see Garen Andrade at quarterback. We knew we would. He's a junior. Seth Galindo in at running back. That's a familiar name, as Chuck said earlier. Andrade's going to be eaten alive on first down. Coming off the edge was Braden Zingelman, and the blitz was called, and he got there before Andrade knew it. Flag down.
Braden
Personal
Zingelman.
foul. Face mask on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Didn't see the face mask, but what a turn of events there. Instead of a big loss, you get a 15-yard gain. You got him, grazed it.
Well, again,
Turned the helmet, though.
I think that they're all out blitzing, and that was Zingelman just beating his man flat out. And no quarterback's got a chance when that happens up the middle.
Panthers dodge a bullet, and a jailbreak again as there was some miscommunication on the play. There's Wiley Hamilton there to blow it up, and it's a loss on the play.
Well, and now you get the sense from the Brandeis side that these dudes are playing like there's blood in the water, and you got 11 Sharks on the other side right now. They are smelling it, and that's given them even more energy to try to get to the backfield. It is on right now for this Brandeis defense, and O'Connor's got to figure out a way to slow it down.
So that sets up second down and about 14. Here's Andrade. He hands it off, tackle, going nowhere. Again, Preston Clark and some friends there, all there to gang tackle, short of the line to gain there to back to their original line of scrimmage. So it'll be third down and 13.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the balance in this Brandeis defense, right? They got a lot of guys with size, but man, these dudes can all fly around. As we look at Rosendo Dominguez's numbers, and they are getting to the ball carrier very quickly, all while staying in their lanes and, you know, obviously very well coached.
John Locke was on the field for a second, then ran off. So Andrade stays out there. Now they look like they're bringing blitz. And now we've got a
Delay a game.
Delay a game.
On the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Let's go down to the sideline. Zach Hedrick standing by. Zach.
Hey, Don. Well, coming up on the Bexar County Sheriff's Office halftime show, we'll hear from both bands that are in attendance tonight. They're warming up right now. And we'll also hear from our scholar athletes of the week from both schools. That coming up on the halftime show. Guys?
All right, Zach. Hadn't crowd surfed yet, huh?
Not yet. Not yet.
The hair's on point, though, to start a new season. Imagine that.
Jealous.
For sure.
Third down and a mile. Ball's out. Sacked. Braden Zingelman coming from the other side said no penalty this time. And O'Connor was not able to get anything going on that drive. And like you said, Sharks smelling blood in the water.
Well, you got Zingelman and Southwell on one side, then you got the Clark twins on the other side. And I mean, this is just absolute manhandling right now up front for the Brandeis Broncos.
Fourth down and 23, timeout on the field. And if O'Connor's not careful, things could get really interesting here because Aiden Anesta Rodriguez is back to receive the punt. And he's dangerous as a special teams player. He was the player of the year in this district a year ago for the special teams side of the ball. First team all-district. Both ways. A 4-year starter. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so he's got great hands and really savvy, a real student of the game as well. I mean, that's why they feel comfortable letting him play offense, defense, or special teams. I mean, this guy really understands things, and, you know, there's a reason why he got on the field as a freshman, obviously, because he can fly. Well, now you add all this corporate knowledge that he's gathered, you know, 3+ years into his high school career, and you've got one heck of a football player.
He is back to receive the punt off the foot of Devin Johnson. He stands back at his 8-yard line. This is returnable. No, good coverage down there by number 8 of the O'Connor squad. Thomas Laurent got down there in a hurry. So, Coach Bruce will have 2:11 left. Midfield, the way his offense has been going, don't go get the popcorn just yet. Hey, next week we head up to Shirts. You want a good schedule of high school football? How about this one for week 1, Brennan and Clemens in week 2. And if you haven't seen Ashton DeBose, the young quarterback at Brennan High School, you're going to want to tune in. That is one special player. And we'll have him next week right here on Thursday Night Lights. Man in motion for J.C. Evans. He's going to roll to his right. Fires, that's caught, is a Gary again. Picks up about 5, gets out of bounds. So they only lose about 5 seconds. And David Molesky, week 1 frustrations.
Well, let's give credit where credit's due, too. I mean, J.C. Evans rolls to his right. His eyes are downfield. He's going through his progressions. He wants to get the big play, but wasn't available, so took the guy, a little check down, and picked up the play. I mean, just showing a lot of poise here in the early going to start his sophomore season.
Gain of 3. Hands to Coleman, no, he keeps it. Breaks a tackle. Evans finds a seam. Evans across the 20 down to the 16-yard line. Inside the Central Med red zone.
Well, obviously, there was some great blocking initially on this, and the play fake after they missed a couple of tackles there, but Bovard and Shelb did a heck of a job blocking downfield to help spring that even further.
So it's first down and 10. Already inside the red zone with a $1:45 to play. Is a Gary in motion to the top of your screen. Inside handoff to Coleman, who follows his blockers, breaks a tackle, falls down to about the 10-yard line before Capitano brings him down.
Oh man, that guy is all over the field. I mean, is it possible that he's cloned himself?
He covers some ground, but I tell you what, the Brandeis offense in a real rhythm now, have been now for about a quarter, and they're knocking on the door. 2nd down and 3. Evans wants to throw, fires, caught at the 2, touchdown! They're gonna give it to him, yes! Clark Ulrich with a great catch to reach out and catch an absolute BB off the arm of J.C. Evans. But again, Evans on the roll, able to throw back across his body and hit the man on the move right at about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, not an easy throw, right? I mean, it's one thing to roll and throw, but he sets, got his feet a little wompy jawed there, but still right on target. And this young man's got 3 touchdowns here in a hurry. 2 in the air, 1 on the ground.
Great catch by Ulrich to go up and get it. And the kick is true. 3 unanswered touchdowns in a row, all in the 2nd quarter, all led by the sophomore quarterback, J.C. Evans. Wow. Coming out party on television for the young sophomore. All right, we talked about this game, these 2 teams. Let's flash back to 2017. Snap is high, but a good hold, but it's blocked. And look at Millard Bradford. He's gonna score. Millard Bradford with unbelievable athleticism to keep that ball alive and scoop it up and score. That was a special season for David Molesky and the O'Connor Panthers. Millard Bradford was a fantastic young athlete. That's the team I was talking about that threw the birthday party for that kid, and great on the field and off the field, and they were loaded. They were absolutely loaded.
Yeah, that kid could play some ball, right? Bradford, yeah. He stood out like a sore thumb, like 22 does for O'Connor.
Had the quarterback that went out and played at Angelo State. He was a great leader. This ball is taken at the 10, Nathan Graham. We'll see what David Molesky decides to do here with 52 seconds to go. He's going to come back with John Locke, it appears. After that last series was less than successful. Isaac Bruce did such a great job. Had L.J. Butler over there that was such a great player for Wagner. They knocked on the door at the state semifinals 2 years in a row. Pop to the left-hand side from Miles Busanet. Picks up a nice gain. Picks up about 5. 41 seconds to go. Scoreboard stuck here inside the stadium. I don't know why they would have stopped the clock. Oh, there's a penalty. Here's Brock.
Number 68 lost his helmet. That caused a 10-second runoff. Please set the game clock to 31 seconds.
All right, so it's 31, no flag, just a helmet off. And Garen Andrade back in, so is Aaron Olivas at running back. John Locke now at wide receiver, and look at the height difference here. It's a full foot with Aiden Anesta Rodriguez with Locke one-on-one out here. Just throw it up like an alley-oop. Instead, they run it inside to Miles Busanet. Parker Clark brings him down. 15 seconds to go. Boy, they had a mismatch there, Chuck.
Yeah, it's high school football in a nutshell, right?
They're going to let this thing run out, and we're going to have a 21-0 ball game at the half. A lot of excitement over this young sophomore quarterback for Brandeis, who has dominated the second quarter and they're fired up. The Bronco faithful are too. And don't go anywhere because our halftime show coming up next. You'll hear from the bands and all the good stuff. Scholar Athlete of the Week. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with TNL. 21-0 Brandeis at the half.
This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry and sponsored by Vulcan Materials Company, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, Risa's Dental and Braces, Cowboys AC, South Texas Vocational Tech, Central Med, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Rhino Roofers, My Collision Center, Air Today Heating and Air Conditioning, Guild Mortgage, Beluga Air, and Monarch Trophy Studio. Welcome to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office Halftime Show.
Jeff Ferris Athletic Complex, where at halftime the Brandeis Broncos lead the O'Connor Panthers 21-0, and right now the O'Connor High School Band is taking the field along with their Spirit Squad. Earlier this week, we caught up with their band director.
My name is Alfonso Alvarado, Director of Bands at Sandra Day O'Connor High School here in Helotes, Texas, and this is my 4th year as a Director of Band. We are currently the largest band and program here in Northside. Very rich traditions with over 20 to 30 years of UIL sweepstakes, and so we're looking forward to returning this fall season. So the band program again is a comprehensive program with marching, concert percussion, concert bands, indoor percussion, winter guards, jazz ensembles, chamber music. So we stay very busy. We've been going at it, like I said, for 4 weeks now, and so the kids are anxious and excited and eager to get on the field on Thursday. Our show this year is entitled Ferris of Them All. It's a really unique show, which is based off the story of Snow White. But what we've done is taken the traditional story of Snow White and transformed it into a modern-day Snow White. And so basically, instead of having our Snow White character falling for the apple, we actually have our Snow White character falling for social media, and that being the toxic part of the whole storyline. So it's a really unique twist to the story, and I think a lot of people are really going to enjoy it. We were selected to perform at the Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom Parade, and so we're really excited to be able to do that later on in the spring. And so we were selected to do that right before spring break. We'll be flying the band over to Orlando, and so we're really excited for that opportunity and that invitation, and to represent our community as well as San Antonio in this special event. Our program is definitely plugged into all social media, so you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Instagram, on Twitter, and as well as we have our band website, ocpantherband.com, and so we're really involved with our community as well as being able to plug in all the hard work of our students using the social media platform.
And once again, fans, it's time to vote for the Children's Hospital of San Antonio $5,000 band grant. If you'd like to vote for the O'Connor Band, text BAND1 to 44332. That's BAND1 without any spaces to 44332. For complete texting guidelines, you can find them over at the CW35.com. We'd like to thank the Children's Hospital of San Antonio once again for making this $5,000 band grant possible.
San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Valero are shining the light on teams that model key values through their actions. This week, we salute 2 schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. Last spring, the boys and girls basketball teams at East Central High School came together and partnered with San Antonio Parks and Recreation to beautify Woodlawn Lake Park. The athletes pulled weeds, picked up trash, and added new plants. Over at Alamo Heights, the girls' soccer team spent an afternoon with Cambridge Elementary kindergartners, teaching the basic fundamentals of soccer while also having some fun and playing games with them. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service. San Antonio Sports and Valero salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their teams to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game. Visit sanantoniosports.org.
You're watching the Bexar County Sheriff's Office Halftime Show.
I'm Sheriff Javier Salazar, and I hope you're enjoying this Brandeis versus O'Connor game this evening. We're super excited to be partners on Thursday Night Lights for this 2021 football season. You'll be hearing a lot about the Bexar County Sheriff's Office and employment opportunities we have to offer right here during every game. One of these opportunities is our new program for high school seniors, the BCSO Career Camp. It'll give seniors the opportunity to learn from, interact with, and gain experience from Bexar County Sheriff's deputies. It'll prepare them to start their BCSO career upon graduation from high school. If you missed our recent career camp, we'll be having them throughout the entire school year, every 3rd Saturday of the month. Another opportunity you'll be hearing about is how you can start your career as a deputy. Hiring age starts at 18 and there's no maximum age limit. We have one of the best retirements in the state, great benefits, and we're offering a $2,000 signing bonus for newly hired detention deputies. For information, call 210-335-JOBS or check out bcsocareers.com. Catch the BCSO every week right here on Thursday Night Lights.
Our thanks to Sheriff Javier Salazar for sponsoring halftime this year, and our halftime show rolls on as O'Connor presents their halftime program. And at the end of the season, Vulcan Materials Company will present a $10,000 scholarship to one of the athletes featured on TNL this season. Let's meet this week's student athletes.
Our scholar athlete from O'Connor High School is Logan Wade. The senior offensive lineman works hard in the classroom to play hard on the field.
You get in the classroom and you get your work done so that you can play football. I mean, if you fail, you can't play. So you got to get it done some way or another.
Logan ranks 17th out of a class of nearly 800 with a GPA above 101.
I've always been good at math, and so I just really enjoy math. I've always been good at plugging numbers and just figuring out some way to get an answer.
Logan is a member of the National Honor Society. Recently, he's been helping a friend finish work on building a house.
He's needed a lot of help, with COVID and everything. They're having a hard time getting people to come in and work. So I've gone out and helped him a lot to get his house ready.
His other hobbies include going on hunting and fishing trips with his dad.
We have a boat and we'll go fish a lot, and sometimes we'll go hunt whenever football season ends.
After graduation, Logan is planning on attending college in the state of Texas.
I'm looking at A&M, hopefully, and I'm thinking engineering, maybe petroleum engineering specifically.
Our scholar athlete from Brandeis High School is senior volleyball player Leila Smalls. The outside hitter for the Broncos is not only competitive on the court, she has the same attitude in the classroom.
I love getting good grades and comparing my grades to my classmates and stuff, because all my friends we're super competitive with grades and stuff.
Leila is a 4-year letterman for the volleyball team, and she has earned each one. She has fought back to play after tearing the ACL in her right knee 3 times.
This year, I kind of know it'll never happen again, because I'm just so confident in my rehab this past year.
Leila ranks 53rd out of a class of more than 750. She is a member of the National Honor Society and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. During her sophomore year, before the pandemic, she even helped tutor younger students.
Some of us would go to Stinson early in the morning, around 8-ish, and we would mentor young girls to lead them into a better path.
Leila's top school for college is the University of Texas. She's also applying to the University of Houston and Rice. She plans on studying pre-med or graphic design.
Because I've just been around so many physical therapists and like doctors and stuff, and it's kind of helped me like think of what I want to do in my future.
You're watching the Bexar County Sheriff's Office Halftime Show.
Our halftime show rolls on, and now the Brandeis High School Band and their pep squads on the field earlier this week. We also caught up with the Brandeis band director.
My name is Daniel Ascari. I am the director of bands at Brandeis High School, and I am now entering my 4th year. Summer has gone really well. We've been lucky and fortunate to have all the students back with us. We had a regular summer band camp that lasted about 3.5 weeks, trying to get amped up and ready to go for a full-on fall football season this year. Last year's marching season for us wasn't really full marching season. You know, we went to the football games, supported the team, supported the community, did those things, but didn't get to do a full production. So with half of our band being brand new to taking on the task of being in the marching band with a full production, we're really excited with the growth that they've made over just the last month of summer band, and really looking forward to seeing what they can do, you know, for the next few months. The show is entitled Triangulum, and so the entire theme of the show is to just kind of explore the simple shape of a triangle. And so in the drill, you'll see a lot of small triangles, large triangles, prop triangles. You won't see it tonight, but in our full-on competition, our costume top, as well as the garden dance uniforms, they are all kind of intermixed with triangles to kind of give that idea, I guess, throughout the show. And so we're working towards that. We have an early contest coming up in just a few weeks, in mid-September. So that's what we're working towards right now. Check us out online at brandeisband.org. We're also on all of the social media outlets. Just search for Brandeis Band and you'll find us there.
Our thanks to both band directors, and once again, if you'd like to vote for the Brandeis Band, text BAND2 to 44332. That's BAND2 with no spaces, once again, to 44332. Complete texting guidelines, you can find them over at thecw35.com. We'd like to thank again the Children's Hospital of San Antonio for sponsoring this year's $5,000 band grant. Let's listen in to the Brandeis High School Band now.
You're watching the Bexar County Sheriff's Office Halftime Show.
Welcome back. It's halftime. Brandeis over O'Connor, 21-0. Great performance by the two bands here tonight. And right now it is time for our halftime highlights. This whole game changed the second quarter when J.C. Evans came in. He hit Julian Izagari for the first touchdown of the game on this 11-yard strike. That made it 7-0 Brandeis. The defense comes through. Richard Davis with Biaski gave him good field position. Pressure in the face of John Locke, and that led to another score. This time, the sophomore gonna do it with his legs. Evans gonna take off. Vince Young like on 4th down. 23 yards, that made it 14-0. He came into the football game confident and got even more so as the game went on. Then, late in the half, only 56 seconds to go, he fires this one over the middle. It's caught by Clark Ulrich. That made it 21-0, and the whole ball game has changed by the sophomore, J.C. Evans, and they'll look to continue that momentum when we come back with our second half kick here on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry.
You're watching Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
Welcome back. Ferris Stadium, locked and loaded, packed house. One of the biggest rivalries in San Antonio, the backyard brawl. O'Connor and Brandeis, the Crush Bowl. And it is living up to the hype. The first game of the season, always been a late game, district championship type football game, but as we told you earlier, Brandeis has switched districts, and Chuck, Brandeis switched on something different in the second quarter. They switched on the on switch, and they've been going ever since.
Yeah, offensively they've done the job, but I mean, let's give credit where credit's due too. I mean, defense wins championships, and when you've held the opponent to just 2 first downs in a single half, in fact, O'Connor with more penalties than first downs, I mean, that's a credit to what Brandeis is doing on offense. They're big, they're physical, they fly to the football, they got a little bit of everything, and we're seeing it all on display here in Charles Bruce's first ball game as head coach of the Broncos.
Yeah, and it was evident early in the first quarter when O'Connor's defense got the sudden change and they had the ball down on basically the 15-yard line. And the Bronco defense bucked up there in a 0-0 ball game. And sure, they got a little momentum after their sophomore quarterback came in and energized them, but really, Brandeis's defense has been good from the get-go.
Yeah, as we said, Clark and Clark, Southwell and Zingelman on the defensive line. Then you got Wiley Hamilton, Nolan Rodriguez, and Chris Bryson as your linebackers. These guys have clearly done the job so far through 2 quarters. Will they be able to sustain this during the course of 4? We shall soon find out.
O'Connor will get the ball to start here in the second half. Miles Boussinet and Nathan Graham will be back to field the kick. And it's going to be Matthew Gibbons, who's the kickoff guy. Christian Nahara has been the extra point guy so far. Broncos with a 21-0 lead. Here as we get going here in the second half, it's time for tonight's second half kickoff, brought to you by Rhino Roofing. And we are underway. And it's going to be Boussinet juggling it. Thought he had a knee down, but got it back up. He gets out to the 13. Little mishandle cost him a couple of minutes as Rosendo Dominguez gets down there to make the tackle.
So obviously not exactly ideal field position for O'Connor to start this second half, but just got to try to get 1 first down at a time and really take it down by down here. See if he can get a little screen play or something that would get John Locke going here, or a little dive to get you 3 or 4 yards, something to loosen up this Brandeis defense. It's really swarming.
South Texas Votech first down as Locke throws over the middle. Locke mad at himself, had it. Miles Boussinet was gonna break free. Nice little seam route, just overthrown. And we've seen 2 different quarterbacks for O'Connor here in the first half. And just like in the first half, Locke will start in the second.
Well, Don, that was a home run. I mean, they just, fouled it straight back, as you say. I mean, it was there. If they're able to make that connection, that thing is absolutely going to the house. What a great play call coming out to start the third quarter here by O'Connor.
Seth Galindo in the backfield. They run a little reverse. That's going the other way. Lorentz got some great speed, but he is brought down by Wiley Hamilton. He's an all-district performer from a year ago, and he showed even more speed to get out there and wrangle him down. Is there a flag down? There is. On the far sideline. What if he got his face mask there as he brought him down?
A sportsmanlike conduct on the defense. 15-yard penalty.
Oh,
First down.
That'll drive coaches crazy. You do a great job making the play, and then after the play, you have an unsportsmanlike. You can see Bruce is not happy about that.
You got to be ticked off about something, right? Things have gone pretty much his way this entire ball game so far.
Locke straight back, fires over the middle. Umpire throws a flag right in the middle of the field. Donovan Joseph, the intended receiver. And
On the offense, number 62. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
When the umpire throws a flag, it's almost always holding. His job to watch the offensive line. That's exactly what happened.
Well, again, another nice play design and really good job by the O'Connor offensive lineman that time, really creating a nice pocket for John Locke to throw. It was a good throw, right on target. He's got to find a way to connect, but again, these are some of those things that you'll work out here on opening night.
1st and 20 for Locke, hands to Galindo. He finds a little bit of a seam, but he is stood up and pushed backwards. Defensive play there by Preston Clark, who's had his name called along with Nolan Rodriguez a lot tonight. Chuck, little known fact, Charles Bruce and David Molesky were teammates at Judson on the state championship team with the legendary Chris Pryor. Bruce was a year younger than Molesky, who was a senior on that championship team. Bruce was a junior. Chris Pryor, one of the great Texas high school football players of all time, as Locke misses Brian Davids out in the flat. So they are buddies going all the way back.
I ran into Chris Pryor earlier this year at Trey Flowers' event at Judson, where they were raising meals and drinks for everybody during the winter solstice that we had. And just a great guy, and things going really great in his life, and it was nice of him to come out and help out.
Locke, little center screen, right over the middle. Picks up a couple. Actually, nice gain of about 7, but short of the stick by a mile. So it'll set up 4th and long. I remember I was a freshman in college. I came home from college to see a playoff game with Chris Pryor, and he ran for about 300 yards in the first half.
Because of course he did.
Denham Johnson back to punt. Hello. It's over his head. It's in the end zone. Kick it. There you go. It's going to be a safety for O'Connor. Could have been a lot worse.
Play.
Brock Pittman going to make it official here.
The picture tells 1,000 words, right?
Illegal kicking on the defense, on the offense. Result of the play, safety.
Yeah, that's about the best you can do, and you can tell that young man's well coached. That's all you can do. 23-0 Brandeis. They get the football back when we come back.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Guild Mortgage.
We're back. Aiden Anesta Rodriguez back with Ulrich to try to receive this kick off the safety. It's 23-0 now. Aiden Nanez will kick it away, his own 20. So Brandeis again is going to get good field position, and he kind of nubs this one. Caught at the 40. Rodriguez has got it. He's down the sidelines, cuts back, watch out! Rodriguez to the 30. Touchdown! How did he stay in bounds?
There was a flag down.
They're going to call him. Well, there's multiple flags. When he stiff-armed the defender, he got him in the face mask. That used to be legal, but now the offensive player can be guilty of a face mask. Let's see what they call here.
How do you stop a speeding bullet?
Man, he had the angle. There's no way he wasn't going out of bounds until he just jetted out that right arm and popped the kid right in the face mask. So, again, that used to be a legal play. There's 2 flags.
It was still electrifying either way, and that was something else.
It's fun to watch. They're going to sort it all out. It's going to take a committee.
Maybe a panel. I was talking to Brock before the game, and I said, man, how do you guys warm up for these games? And he goes, oh, you know, this is pretty much a year-round deal. We do the spring games, and we do the scrimmages and stuff like that. So they stay pretty active year-round with all this, although there's a lot of meetings and everything else that they do in order to prepare for these nights.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the return team. Holding on the return team. The penalty is accepted. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the return team.
Oh, that's
the penalty decline. First down.
Come on, man. That flip into the end zone. Come on, man. Let's have some fun.
Oh, man. I give him about a 9.7? Did he stick it at the end? Oh, man, that's a man-sized play right there, despite the penalties.
That can't be a penalty. I know it is. They got the right call, but come on, man. Let the kids have some fun.
Oh, it's fun to watch.
All right, it's all for naught. Coming back to the 44. J.C. Evans back in at quarterback, and Joseph Coleman back in at running back. This is the way they started the second quarter. So, as for now, Charles Bruce is going with what's worked, and why not? He'll keep to the outside. Evans breaks another tackle, picks up a first down.
That's terrible, Don. His yards per carry average just dropped considerably. He had 60 yards rushing on 2 carries before that one, and he was 7 of 8 after he came into the 3rd series of the ball game for 82 yards and 2 more touchdowns. I mean, this kid has been lighting it up.
And the only incompletion was right on the money. First down and 10, a South Texas Votex first down. He wants to throw it. Does. Caught. Ulrich's got it. Ulrich's down the sideline. Ulrich cuts back. Ball's out. Who's got it? I think that is a Gary. Got back on it, and he did. Wow, good hustle by Julian Izagari.
And you're not kidding. I mean, it's easy to give up on a play like that, especially when you see your teammate strutting down the sidelines after a big play, but it just goes to show you, sometimes hustle does pay off. Actually, it always pays off, but it paid off in a big way right here. So Connor gets away with a little bit of a face mask there before the ball came out.
Capitano just smart to knock that ball out. But it's a first down, a South Texas Votech first down for Evans. Hands inside Coleman, spins at the 15, cuts back inside across the 10, down to the 8-yard line. Joseph Coleman with a nice play into the Central Med red zone.
Joseph Coleman's having a big night too, so I mean, Brandeis, even here in week 1, showing you some of the weapons that they're gonna have all season long. I mean, you've got outstanding quarterback play. You're able to run the football with Coleman. Izagiri outside. And these guys really, since that 2nd series of the ball game, have just been going up and down the field.
Coleman's got 63 yards on 10 carries. It's 1st and goal. Evans wants to throw, now he'll keep, cuts back, spins across the 5, down to the 4. The awareness and the game being so slow for this kid is surprising for a sophomore. He just has the command of a senior.
Poise and presence, and actually, you know, I think he had a receiver right there, but again, it speaks to what you're talking about. I mean, why take a chance? I mean, you got a chance to keep it safe, keep it on the ground, tuck it up, and maybe score a touchdown. He still got a sizable gain out of it. No reason to take a chance right there, and he didn't, and still managed to pick up a nice gain.
He's got Izagiri to the left along with Bovard. He'll keep it again. Got a wall of blockers. In fact, he ran into one of them, and it backed him up, so he goes forward to the 1, but I tell you what, if he doesn't run up the back end of one of his own guys, he would have had the momentum to score. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
O'Connor's still fighting you, as you would expect a David Molesky coach team to be able to do that. Dodsey et al. In there on the play.
Dodsey's a football player. So is that young man right there, Capitano, senior all-district linebacker from a year ago, 5'11", 170, and he brings it.
Yep, whatever his middle initial is, D.
All right, so here we go, 3rd and goal, and we have a false start, I believe, and we do. So that makes things a lot more interesting. Instead of 3rd and 1 from 3rd and goal, now it's going to be back to the 6.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty.
That changes things.
Brandeis possession, 3rd down.
How about something chucked a little to Izagiri quick in the flat here?
Yeah, that'll work. Or, you know, if you just move the quarterback, J.C. Evans, give yourself some options. We'll see what they end up doing here on 3rd and goal.
Coleman's the tailback. It looks a little option pitch. He keeps, turns inside, and he's snuffed out. Good defense by the Panthers as Nathan Graham read the option, and he had Coleman covered up, which forced Evans to go inside. It'll be 4th and goal, and they're going to run out the kicking team. Christian Nahara will be on to attempt. It's basically going to be about a 20-yarder from the right hash.
Yeah, I think J.C. Evans right there, he's kicking himself that he should have pitched it, but I'm not so sure that he didn't make the right decision right there. I mean, O'Connor did a really good job stringing that out, and, you know, I think J.C. Evans thought he could make a play, and, you know, wasn't that bad a play.
Tough angle from this short a kick, but it's through. Nahara's been really good tonight. Makes it 26-0, 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's been all Brandeis ever since the young guys came in the 2nd quarter. Welcome back to Ferris Stadium. 26-0 all Brandeis Broncos right now. 5:44 left here in the 3rd quarter. And Broncos with a lot to smile at. Smile Cam brought to you tonight by Rhesus Dental and Braces. In the student section, they've been lined up since 4:45 at least. As O'Connor will start at about their 12-yard line. After another good coverage play by the Broncos special teams.
Talk about quarterback play around the city. We got some good ones.
Oh my goodness, Richard Torres from Southside, committed to Nebraska, has 7 touchdown passes in the first half as Southside leads it 55-7. That's a big, tall football player right there.
With a freaking cannon for an arm too, right?
Ricky Locke doing a good job out of there at Southside as John Locke keeps. Nice carry for 1st down. And Nestor Rodriguez and Juan Martinez there to bring him down. That's the kind of play that O'Connor really needed on 1st down to get something started at the beginning of a drive instead of going backwards and penalties or mishaps. Maybe that'll give him some confidence going into the next drive. Locke seems still very much locked in and commanding the huddle. Down 26-0. Showing that little wing T. Hands inside. There was a collision. We can hear it up here. Aaron Olivas drilled by Nolan Rodriguez.
Yeah, big defensive lineman, Nolan Rodriguez coming in there. 44 on 44.
We've got a Bronco down. May just be a cramp. That's the good news, but we'll take a break while they work it out. All Brandeis 26-0 here in the 3rd. Like we said, just a cramp, so O'Connor runs back out there with a new 1st down, a South Texas Votech 1st down. Lock in at quarterback. And going nowhere. Again, that Bronco defense. Yeah, I was going to say, that would look like a dog pile on there. Late, they get a flag for somebody just jumped on the pile like he just won the Little League World Series. Peyton Clark was the first man there on the tackle. About 6 others came with him, and then somebody came real late, and Charles Bruce ain't having any of it.
Personal foul. Piling on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Let's go back to 2017. It was a great year on TNL.
Deep ball downfield for a touchdown to Tapia.
What a catch by Jonathan Tapia over the shoulder.
How about the throw by Roel Sanchez? Off his back foot, throws a dime, and Tapia's like, man, this is too easy. And that Tapia's a heck of a baseball player at UTSA, boy.
Yeah, those kids, man, that was just a once-in-a-lifetime group there.
We got some shenanigans going down?
Yeah, I think there's somebody not letting somebody else up. I'd like to see that piling on again. That was some WWE stuff there.
We got some Luganises tonight in action, whether it's in the end zone or in the field of play.
Seth Galindo in at running back for Locke. Straight drop. Got a man, and he's got it caught. Devin Johnson, no, check that. It's Chris Ortiz, I believe, with the catch.
Well, you couldn't have thrown it any better if you're John Locke.
Right on the money.
It was right over the second line of defense, and then beats the last line of defense on that completion. Nice job.
So the Panthers are on the move here. South Texas Votech first down. Little wing T action. Swing it out, but again, great pursuit. All night long, Wiley Hamilton has been really quick to the edge. Thomas Lorenk on the carry. Wiley can run like Wiley Coyote.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, these guys, again, all night. This is really the first sustained drive that O'Connor's had all evening long. So you just a strong tip of the cap for those fellas that are bucking up and playing some defense for these Broncos.
Second down and 12. Wing T action again. This time Locke will keep it up the middle. He's chopped down low by Aiden and Esther Rodriguez, who, you know, when you're 5'6" on 6'6", got to cut him down low. That's exactly what he did.
Yeah, I mean, just absolutely unafraid. Saw that on the punt return. I mean, it's, you talk about his height all you want, but at the end of this, you got a really good football player.
Aaron Olivas in at running back with Locke. They split out Jeremiah Hall to the right side. Perez is at the top, and we got a whistle, maybe a pre-snap timeout or false start on O'Connor.
False start on the offense. Number 75. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
See Coach David Molesky built quite a program here at O'Connor. His dad, Gary Molesky, legendary coach at Holmes High School. Had Jimmy Hawkins and those teams in the mid-70s that were always playing in city championship games. Rolls to his right, does Locke, got a man, caught, across the 35, down to about the 33. That's Thomas Lorenk on the carry.
Yeah, Locke doing a great job because, man, I'll tell you what, these Broncos, they are coming, and they're coming with some speed. And then an outstanding job by Thomas to making a little adjustment there to find the ball, catch it, and then turn it upfield.
4th down. They're going to go for it here, down 26-0. 4th and 4. All of us. Locke straight drop. Fires over the middle, caught, first down. And Locke really now able to set his feet and feeling much more confident with the way this offense is rolling. Donovan Joseph with the catch. That'll move the sticks.
Preston Clark, you know, that's not an easy guy to throw over at 6'2", which he just did. So you're right. I think he's finding a little rhythm right here and starting to settle in.
Big clutch throw on 4th and 4. Locke, inside handoff, going to get to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. That's all of us again. Preston Clark in on the tackle.
O'Connor
and I think ideally, Don, this is what O'Connor wants to be when they get rolling here as the season goes on. I mean, this is a team that wants to control the ball, keep the other team's offense off the field, and kind of, you know, slice you apart. Death by 1,000 cuts, so to speak.
2nd down and about 9. Locke can run if he wants. Instead, he fires, and there's a trip. They're going to call it incidental contact. No flags. O'Connor wanted one, not going to get it. And I think that's a pretty good call from my viewpoint. It looked like they just got their feet tangled up. O'Connor fans disagree with me vehemently.
Yeah, it's a tough call either way, but, you know, discretion always the better part of valor.
So that's it up 3rd down and 9. Take a look at our Monarch trophies. Hey man, if you need a trophy, if you need an award, if you need anything like that, plaques, call our friends at Monarch Trophy at 210-344-3777. Longtime sponsor of Thursday Night Lights. Locke pressured, he's wrangled, gets it away, and they finally a whistle blows, and now a flag flies late. Braden Zingelman was one of the first guys there. Brock Pittman threw that flag way after the ball came out.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. Number 85 was in the vicinity. It's 4th down.
So Brock thought he might. That's good officiating right there. They throw it just in case, and then your other official has your back to determine whether or not there was somebody in the area.
Well, it was a heads-up play by John Locke, too. You got 2 guys in your face, and you're either going to take a huge loss or he did the best thing he could, which was fire it right down at the feet of your receiver.
Thomas Laurent and Nicholas Perez in there. 4th down. They were successful the last time. Now whistles blow. And we're going to get a timeout from David Molesky. He wants to think this over, and he should. It's 4th and 9, and we're back in 15 seconds.
Being a teen ambassador gives me a push to be a better leader of my community, and it makes me happy to be of service to someone.
So 23 seconds, 4th and 9. Chuck, what do you do here?
Well, they had a play early, and it looked like they wanted to maybe go back to that play where they just really took a really fast kid and run him right up the seam, make it look like you're going to do something around the line of scrimmage. Although, you know, you got to believe now on 4th down that, you know, Brandeis is not going to go for any kind of ball fakes or anything else. They know that O'Connor's pretty much got to put this ball in the air. So, you know, you're going to have to do something.
How about that quick hitting seam that they just missed early in the first?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah. So you could do that, but again, I don't know. You know, to me, right here, I think, you know, if you want to take a chance, since it is 4th down, Brandeis is going to be trying to concentrate on stopping you from getting the first down. So if you run something towards the end zone, you might be able to take a shot right here.
And they've been bringing the heat a lot. It's been working for them.
I'll see you. They're playing press coverage.
Thomas Laurent. Locke's got some time. Fires over the middle, got a man, and it's just a little high, incomplete. Good coverage back there. And no flags. Juan Martinez with some good coverage.
Yep, really good coverage. And, you know, John Locke's going to go back and look at the tape and see that he had somebody outside. You know, precisely what I was talking about. I mean, the defense, especially early on in the year, I mean, you're thinking about one thing, trying to get off the field. So they're thinking the field in terms of 10-yard increments. So you might be able to take advantage of that, take a shot. But, you know, again, this is part of what you do early on in the year. And again, you know, you're talking about a quality defense that you're going up against too. So a lot to learn here on opening night for both these teams.
I don't know if we can look at that again, but Juan Martinez loaded up, lowered the shoulder, and laid the wood at the end of that play, but he hit his own guy. That's why there was no flag. I thought they were thinking about throwing a flag, but I don't think you can be penalized for knocking out your fellow free safety. That's a fourth quarter. Charles Bruce waving the 4, and here we go. Brandeis in control as we go to the final stanza here at Ferris Stadium.
You're watching Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
All Brandeis as we go to the fourth quarter. Broncos up 26-0 as Chuck, we take a look at the third quarter stats.
Yeah, again, I mean, as impressive as Brandeis has been on offense, you just really have to tip your cap to their defense as well. I mean, this has just been a phenomenal performance all the way around, offense, defense, and special teams for the Brandeis Broncos here in week 1.
So they'll flip ends, and J.C. Evans will take over, and he'll hand off to Coleman up the middle. He's got a game of about 2 before he's brought down. And, you know, of those 7 first downs for O'Connor, at least 3, maybe 4 of those have come on personal fouls against Brandeis. So that's an even more impressive stat.
Yeah, it has been a whale of a performance. I mean, and again, the energy of this football game completely changed when number 11 stepped on the football field.
He's got it now. He's rolling out. Quick hitter. Gets it to the tight end. We talked about him earlier tonight. Big number 94, Alex Wyatt, showing he can move for a big fella. Was really doing a good job blocking earlier. And now showing his quick feet, 6'2", 260.
All right, so JC actually threw 7 passes last year, Don. He was 3 of 7 for 16 yards. Tonight, he's 9 of 10 for 111 yards, 2 scores in the air and 1 on the ground.
I think in that situation, you got to tip your. Did it touch somebody? Brandeis is acting like they've got the football, and they do. You got to take a closer look at that. Who did it touch? Nice recovery and heads-up play by Juan Martinez. Was it clip 17? Yeah, hit him right there in the back of the leg. And he knew it. And Martinez smartly saw it deflect off him and jumps on it. That's just bad luck.
It's bad luck, but you got to get some help from people that have their eyes on the football too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just, you know, allow that football to hit your teammate who's trying to come down there and block for you.
So good field position now. Another completion. And this time, Ernesto Rodriguez with the catch. Oh, excuse me, that was Chase Ulrich. 7, not 1. And make that 10 of 11 now for the young sophomore.
It's like he's throwing darts almost, Don. I mean, it doesn't take a long time to load. It's just drop and load and balls away.
And we saw it on the very first possession when he completed that tough out route on the sideline on his first rollout throw. It was just like, wow. And he hadn't stopped. Hands inside to Coleman, but he's going nowhere as the O'Connor defense read that one perfectly. Big number 57, Jacob Morales, doing his work.
Well, this has been a great way to kick off TNL, hasn't it? I mean,
yeah,
just
fun.
like I said, sauce for the goose all week. The fact that you could come in here and have a packed house on opening night, given everything that we went through last year with starting and stopping and, you know, limiting people that can come watch these games. It's been a lot of fun.
Fires again. That's the first real miss. He went high, intended for Izagiri. And we are, I knock on wood, hope you're prophetic there that we don't have more of that this season. Had 12 cancellations in the Dallas area this weekend. No, none so far here in San Antonio, but I'll tell you what, when you see this kind of atmosphere and you miss it like we did, you just hope and pray that we're able to continue this for the rest of the season.
Amen.
4th and 3. That's caught for a first down. It's Izagiri. That's a Cowboys AC first down as Landon Harding makes the tackle. I first saw that kind of play, that first kind of offense when Art Briles was at Baylor with RG3. I'm not saying this kid looks like RG3 at all, but that quick release on a 3-yard route that can get you 30 if you make one guy miss. And it's all about the quarterback getting the right read and getting it out of his hands quickly. And they've been doing that tonight. Hands inside to Coleman, who's head over heels flipped over. Kyle Robinson flipped him over. No penalty for that flip.
Well, I think for me, Don, it's, all right, you got a sophomore quarterback. He's obviously got some physical skills. He's a big, tall guy. But the biggest thing to me is, how does this guy command the offense?
Yeah.
Does he look like he's afraid of the moment? I mean, you can't really find any fault. I mean, again, he's come in here and done pretty much everything he's wanted to do, and it looks like he's been in this offense for 20 years the way he's commanding.
He looks like a senior who started 3 years instead of a sophomore. He's got that kind of command. Recognizes it's not there, rolls out, now comes back and fires and finds the right guy. It's the tight end, Alex Wyatt, who worked his way back to the middle of the field.
So we've seen all kinds of throws too, right? Throwing on the run. Then that time he rolls to his left as we take our Rhesus dental braces smile cam. But, you know, that time he's rolling to his left, but he's completely in the moment and patient, sets his feet, throws back across his body, and makes the throw on target. Not an easy thing to do for even the most veteran quarterback.
It's like everything's in slow motion for him on his reads. He just has that poise, like you said.
Well said.
1st and 10. Handoff inside to Coleman. He's still on his feet. It's inside the 10 down to the 7, and Capitano's not going down without a fight.
No, he's not.
Inside the Central Med red zone, and yeah, there's some veterans over there on that O'Connor side who don't like that scoreboard right now, and you're seeing their character. They're still playing, they're still fighting. It's not funny. It's not funny what you guys are doing, and I'm going to keep fighting you.
Right.
Capitano.
Well, again, we talk about the youth of this O'Connor team. I mean, they have 3 guys on defense that played in their spots last year and 2 on offense. So, you know, this is going to take some time.
Evans fires again, got his man, touchdown, Alex Wyatt. Again, another frozen rope, and a really nice catch by Wyatt. 260 pounds, and he's got some athleticism to go up and get that. Oh my.
Yeah, this is just all you can eat for J.C. Evans. I mean, little half fake and then rolling and casually throwing across the field into the end zone. It's pretty impressive, Don.
Very impressive. 32-0. And the Broncos trying to add to it. They bring in a new kicker. We got a pre-snap penalty.
False start.
False start. They'll let him do it again.
5-yard penalty. Retry.
They're gonna let Reuben Davis get his shot at kicking it through. He's a defensive back. Nahara's been great all night. They know what they got in him, so why not let the young guy do it? Coleman will hold. Hold is good. Kick is up. Much better kick that time. Right through. And it's 33-0 Brandeis. We're coming back with more right after this. .6:33 to play here. Opening night of our TNL schedule. It's going to be another great one this year. I mean, think about it. Next week we got Brennan and Clemens. And, you know, you might see a lopsided score in this game saying, I wouldn't have good game as a blowout. No, it was a fun game. A good game. 0-0 at the end of one, and then we see the coming out party of this sophomore. We'll see more of it when we come back. And at this point in the football game, you might see, and you do, Andrade back in, get these guys some reps. Outcome has been decided. And this young man, they plan on playing a bit. So he had a rough go of it in the first half, so get him some confidence here maybe.
And then wholesale changes on the Broncos defense as well.
Yeah, get these guys some reps. Andrade goes over the middle, got a man wide open and completes it to Locke. Locke in it. What he does best. Big gainer. Aces in their places. Tyson Short brings him down. Good ball, too, from Andrade.
Well, you know, this young man's going to be playing football at Colorado State. He's got a brother at USC, so it's in the bloodlines. And yeah, I mean, that's his natural position. So, you know, you see this a lot lately here in high school football, especially around San Antonio, where athletes are tasked to play different positions based on need of the team.
Gives O'Connor some life. South Texas Votech first down, but there again, you have the false start and just the
false start on the offense, number 80. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
And if that looked familiar, maybe it should. Let's flash back. Smith wants to go deep. Fires, single coverage.
Oh,
Locke's
yeah.
got it. What a catch. Locke, touchdown, O'Connor. He will not be stopped. Locke goes up to try to catch a great throw. Did he come down with it? Spoiler alert, he did come down with it. Andrade gets that one out. Completed, but nice job on defense. Tyson Short there to break it up all over it.
That's interesting, right? So Locke has the big play, and in comes Tyson Short, not aptly named since he's 6'3". He tried to put a beastie on a beastie over there to make sure that Locke doesn't get loose again. This is going to be a fun matchup. At the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, one-on-one. They got him. A little movement up front, no call, no whistle. Going back this way, throwing it to Galindo out of the backfield. Galindo wants to cut back, but no. That's man-oh-man tackle right there. Aaron Garcia. One-on-one. And the offensive player going backwards.
Well, again, it's just Broncos in the backfield. Again, and man, taking a nasty shot at the end of that play. He was lucky to get that thing off.
Yeah, but unlike the first half, he's recognizing the speed of the game now. Set his feet and got it out, took the hit.
Sam Sinclair and buddies.
Yeah. Recognized the pressure a lot better than he did in the first half. That's growth, and that's why they got him in there.
I want to see 15 and 27 go at it, bro.
It's third down. 15's going across the middle. He fires to a man, and it's just in and out of the hands of Thomas Laurent, who had it. And he'll kick himself for that one because that was right there.
He did a great job adjusting to the football.
Salgado with good coverage.
He just couldn't quite haul it in, but Guerin did a good job too, floating it out there, giving his receiver a chance to make that play.
That'll bring up fourth down. Last chance maybe for O'Connor to get on the board here and avoid the goose egg.
Come on, I want to see it.
Why not?
Bottom of the screen.
It's your guy. You got to go to him. Looking that way, now goes back over the middle, little center bubble screen. Gets a block, cuts back to the 10, first down. Drive is alive, it's Laurent.
That's why Molesky's coaching and we're sitting up here in the booth, right? He knew everybody in the ballpark thought 15 was getting the ball, so all the attention on the left side of the field, they go back to the right side, and here we go with a fresh set of downs. Nice job, Dave.
Cowboys AC first down, a little redemption for Laurent after the drop. Says, okay, how about that?
Coming right back to you.
Inside handoff. Touchdown, O'Connor! Miles Bussinet finds the end zone, and the Panthers avoid the shutout.
It's a good drive by O'Connor to work their way down the field and cap one of these drives off.
And what a confidence builder for the young man, Guerin Andrade. He had a tough series in that first half. But just a junior, completed the big play on the drive, and then had a little bit of a much better confidence level the rest of the way.
And a nice kick out block there by Aaron Olivas as well. 44.
So O'Connor gets on the board. This one just about a wrap. 2:44 to go. And the Broncos will have it up 33-7 when we come back. We're back. It's 33-7. The O'Connor Panthers in the game on an up note for them. You see John Locke and company. Tough night all around. They had no idea they're going to run into this young buzzsaw of a sophomore. Maybe they did. These kids know each other from playing Pee Wee League.
Yeah, cousin on cousin tonight, right?
Aiden Nanez. Fair caught by Izagiri. And we're back in 15 seconds.
Being a teen ambassador gives me a push to be a better leader of my community, and it makes me happy to be of service to someone.
Welcome back. 2:44 to go. And I believe we're going to see Nico Garcia back in at quarterback. Get him another series. A senior who started this game. It off. Nice game. And then Albert Moreno, who also started this game, was brought down by Landon Harding, as we were seeing, as they say, the twos in on both sides of the ball.
They make sophomores like that when you were a kid?
No. 6'4"?
No, that's not common.
I'll tell you a sophomore story. That was snuffed out by the Panther defense. Everybody in San Antonio knew who Gerard Douglas was as an 8th grader. Had kind of a controversy about his enrollment in Judson. Wasn't able to play his freshman year, his first 2 games of his sophomore year. I drove up to Killeen, Texas to see him in the 3rd game of the season as a sophomore. And he wasn't big, he wasn't like this kid, but he was instantly the best player on the field. Of course, he ends up running for 7,000 yards. And first player in the history of Texas high school football to be on the cover of Dave Campbell's magazine and leads Judson to back-to-back state championships. But on the first carry of his high school career, you saw what we all saw later. And it was just evident. And that's what I mean, because all those kids knew it from the time he was in 5th grade playing flag, you know?
Right.
Wait till you see this guy.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to be an NFL scout. You know, there's just some guys that instantly look the part.
We saw one tonight.
I'm pretty sure we did.
I'm not sure Charles Bruce would know coming over from Wagner, but I'd be interested to talk to Molesky and some of these Brandeis guys to know, you know, how long he's been in town, and if they did indeed see this as an 8th, I mean, he played last year as a freshman, so yeah, I mean, as an 8th grader or 7th grader, if he was just a man among boys. You remember Cody Carlson was a man among boys in the 6th and 7th grade.
Well, that I don't remember because I wasn't here. All I know was that was the best shortstop I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And he was also a pretty good quarterback.
I went to school with him from the 6th grade on, and we knew what he had in the 7th grade.
It's pretty cool. Charles Bruce getting his first win as head coach of the Brandeis Broncos. Brought a couple of his staff members over here with him where they had a lot of success and hadn't missed a beat.
They give him the game ball, and we will give out our awards as well. The player of the game and our trophy to Coach Bruce. And as we go to break, it's time for the My Collision Center collision of the game. Nolan Rodriguez coming up, and you can hear it. Listen, oh, pad on pad crime, 44 on 44 crime. We're coming back with our post-game show and all the hardware and the trophies and all that coming up next.
Oh, the Hammer did wear 44, you know.
Welcome to the Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights post-game show, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
(33-7), Brandeis over O'Connor. That's the final. The Broncos are going to celebrate. Let's go down to Zach Hedrick. Zach?
Hey, Don, thanks so much. Joined now by our player of the game, sophomore J.C. Evans, sophomore quarterback here. J.C., great game tonight. Tell you what, we're gonna hand you this right away.
Thank you.
Hold that for us. J.C., great game tonight. I mean, coming in, y'all were doing the 2 quarterback thing for a little bit, but the guys in the booth were so impressed. It looked so natural. Tell me, what's the secret? Are you sleeping with the playbook under your pillow?
It's just all the coaches. We've been working for this for a very long time. Coach put in great plays. I got my first shot tonight, and I made sure I took it. Team supported me the whole way, and we just did what we know how to do best. It was fun tonight.
What was it like putting it all together for Coach Bruce and getting his first win here at Brandeis?
It felt amazing. The atmosphere, the crowd, it felt like everyone was behind me. And it was just an amazing experience. That's my first clutch game. To be able to go do this and give Coach Bruce his first win, we've been working for this for all summer. So it's amazing.
Well, JC, great game. Thanks for joining us. We're going to bring in your coach here now. Coach Bruce, come on over here. We got this for you, sir, right here.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Coach Bruce, first game with Brandeis, new year, new season, and you get that one where you put it all together. What was tonight like?
Well, I'll tell you what, this community is amazing. The school has welcomed me with open arms, and I'm glad we got the 1-0 for this week.
Well, and what can you say about this young man to your left here? I mean, he was doing it all tonight, both on the ground and through the air.
He's a tremendous athlete. He believes in his coaches, and our coaches had an outstanding game plan this week.
And how does this set? I mean, I know it's just week one, but you guys went up against a tough opponent. What did you learn about your squad tonight?
Well, you know what? I'm so proud of the effort. And like you said, this is the first one. We'll look at the video and correct the things that need to be corrected.
Well, Coach Bruce, thanks so much for joining us. Congrats on the win tonight. Enjoy the rest of the season.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Go Broncos.
Guys, back up to you.
All right, Charles Bruce, legend over at Wagner. He's got himself a nice little program here in week one. A nice start to building a program at Brandeis. What a win for Bruce, and he just found himself somebody that may just be a nice little player to have for a couple years to come as well. We're coming back to wrap it up after this.
Welcome to the Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by Thomas J. Henry.
Welcome back. Our final score, Brandeis 33, O'Connor 7. This was a 0-0 game at the end of the first quarter, and everything changed in the second quarter as we bring you our game highlights. This young man, J.C. Evans, came into the ball game. He hit Julian Izagiri on an 11-yard score to get the scoring started, and he just got more confident from there. Evans, after this defensive play by Richard Davis, got him the ball back. And that Bronco D was good all night long, by the way. Evans got more confident, as I said, taking off on this fourth down play, goes 23 yards for the score. And Chuck, you could feel his confidence building right there.
Don, 13 of 15 in the air, 140 yards, 3 touchdowns in the air, 84 yards rushing and a score. I mean, did everything but drive the bus. I don't even know if this kid's got his driver's license yet.
Clark Ulrich did a great job with this play, bringing this one in and scoring. That made it 21-0 at the half, and the scoring continued in the second half. In the fourth quarter, he goes to his big tight end, Alex Wyatt. Big fella's got some hops, showing off some skills to go up and get that one. It was 33-0. And then Miles Bussant went in to avoid the shutout on this 8-yard run. That brings our final 33-7, all Brandeis. And we're going to talk a lot about this young man, J.C. Evans, but Chuck, defense was the name of the game tonight for Brandeis.
Yeah, indeed it was. And, you know, as you would expect, quarterback got some help too. I mean, they had a really good job running the ball when they decided to carry it. And then also when they were throwing a ball down the field, you know, Ulrich had a nice game. Izagiri had 7 catches for 78 and a score. So, you know, 2 other guys ended up scoring in terms of receiving. So a lot of weapons for Brandeis on display here in week one.
So the Broncos with a very impressive week 1 performance. In week 2, we will have the #1 preseason team in the TNL top 10, the Brennan Bears. They've got a big game tomorrow night against Reagan, but we're going to get them next week against the Clemens Buffaloes. Always stout. This one up in shirts, so we follow up this one tonight with another great one, and you'll see some of the best players in town, including this Ashton DeBose, still only a junior at Brennan, and he is something special. You think tonight's sophomore was good? Wait till you see this kid next week.
Oh yeah, I'm here for it.
Well, what a game to get us all started. Great to see fans in the stands again. We're so glad to be doing this, thanks to our executive producer, Dean Radla, who started this 13 years ago. Our director, Brian Watts, and everybody at Jeff Watts Productions, all the camera crew. Statistician tonight, Nicholas Medina. As always, Jeffrey Hovatter, our spotter. For Chuck Nicotinic, Zach Hedrick. This has been a Chris Kotfus production. Thursday Night Lights. We'll see you right back here.
This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by Thomas J. Henry and sponsored by Vulcan Materials Company, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, Risa's Dental and Braces, Cowboys AC, South Texas Vocational Tech, Central Med, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Rhino Roofers, My Collision Center, Air Today Heating and Air Conditioning, Guild Mortgage, Beluga Air, and Monarch Trophy Studio.